that Daisy May has been on I would say, a quest to create different kinds of jewelry for the wrists, for the neck, and for the ankles. She's making several different pieces of jewelry for, I think, are you making that for your family, honey?
Yeah.
Come on over here and say hello, please.
Ay, salubong.
You're making it for your family members
Yeah, and friends.
and friends. And she gave me this beautiful dolphin this morning, which is it's an amazing
It's nice.
piece. It's an amazing and where did you get the parts from?
Birds.
Where did you get the pieces to make the jewelry?
This one?
Yeah, where did you buy the beads and the dolphin?
The dolphin is from you.
From
From
me?
America.
From America?
Yeah,
Ah, the
container.
stuff I bought from America?
Yeah.
And and the rest of the beads and stuff? Shopee?
Yeah, and for my head, remember that like that?
Yeah, yeah, the Indian stuff. So if you want to buy uh, pieces that you can make jewelry of, Shopee sells the banding and the clips that go on the banding. The jewelry I brought from America, I forgot. I brought many things from America. So we want to thank you for watching our videos, and I'm glad that you guys enjoyed the ear piercing. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, next time in the app.
Next time she's
Now?
ready. You ready for another one?
Now?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I had fun
For
last
you?
time. I had lots of fun last time.
For
Yeah,
you?
as many as you want, honey.
For you?
As many as you want. We'll make it look like you're a robot, a Philippines robot. So that's really not what I wanted. She just surprised me with this little gift this morning. It's really not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about inflation in the Philippines. It's way out of control. Out of control. I could show you, but I'm sure everybody knows what Sealy is. Sealy is a very small hot pepper. It's it's about that long, about 1 inch long, and oh, I I buy them and usually I chop them up. But a few months ago, Daisy cooked the Sealy pepper in hot oil, just regular oil. I think she used coconut oil, but we have
Vegetable?
both. What?
Vegetable?
Vegetable oil. And she browned the hot pepper. This is a recipe that you guys might want to try. She browned the. She didn't chop them. She just browned the pepper in the hot oil, and then she took chopped garlic and put that in there, and pretty much shut the oil off, which made the oil. The oil made the garlic brown. Oh God, it's so good. It it's a spice. It's got oil in it. It's got the pepper, but it's a hot spice with no artificial flavoring, no salt, no pepper, no anything. And I put it on my food as a spice supplement.
I
So
forgot to put the anise.
the anise. She also the first time you can put the anise in there now.
Okay.
Sure. And she also put anise in the oil when it was frying, but the anise you can put it in any time. So she's going to put it in now. And that gives it a little bit of a sweet flavor. Still no artificial flavors. But which brings me to my topic of today. The inflationary rate in the Philippines is for most products moving into somewhere between 4, 5, 6% up to 20 and 25+% a month. Now, of course, everybody's interested in fuel. So the price of 1 liter of fuel was 58 pesos In the second week of February, it was 58 pesos. Now it's 80. So it went up 22 pesos per liter, which makes it a 30% increase in the cost of fuel. March, April, May, and we're not into June yet. So 30% in 3 months is 10% per month. However, there was a news stream last night that Asia in general is going to have a 4 peso per liter, 4 pesos per liter increase in the price of fuel, which will bring gasoline up to 84 pesos per liter and diesel up to about 88 pesos per liter. So 84 pesos per liter is 336 pesos per metric gallon. 84 and 84 is 168. And then, so it's up to about 336 pesos per metric gallon, which is roughly about $7.20 per metric gallon. Diesel fuel will be over $8 per metric gallon when they make this increase. Now, typically, they make the increase and the prices go up within 15 seconds after the first newspaper article. So, in theory, if they put the article out last night, gasoline went up 4 pesos per liter since midnight. That's one thing. So, but that is not the most disturbing price increase. The most disturbing price increase, Daisy, would you hand me those peppers and a fork, please? My jar of peppers and a fork. Thank you. The most disturbing price increase is that this is real now. Thanks, honey. This is
Latas oil, the tinidor.
okay. Thank you. This is real. Now this is my these are my hot peppers, basting in oil. But just say they're from Now, and this is the oil. But I want to show you something. These little peppers, the little peppers here, they're red and green and orange and yellow peppers. The price of the Sealy peppers, the hot Sealy peppers, the last time I bought them, about 3 weeks ago, was 150 pesos per kilo. That's about $3 a kilo, or $1.50 a pound. When I went to the store on Thursday, these peppers went up to 450 pesos per kilo. In the supermarket, 450, that's $9 per kilo, or $4.50 a pound. But that in and of itself is not so much. You don't need a lot of these, but the price went up exactly 200%. 200%. Now, it's not that they're not in season, because they are in season. They just raised the price 200%. How do people keep up with 200% price increases? I don't know. I mean, I still bought the Sealy peppers because that's part of what I enjoy putting on my foods. But a Filipino, how can they afford a 200% increase? Because, and I mention this because a lot of the chicken places that sell roasted chicken and rice, with only rice or with rice, what they used to do is they used to give you a little cup about that big with 10 or 15 Sealy peppers in it with oil, the same way I have it. But they just soaked it. They didn't cook it in the oil. No garlic. Maybe salt, and Sealy peppers. That means that their price for peppers just increased 200%. That's a big increase for one item. So I have a few more items that I want to talk about the price increase on, and then I'm going to end this live stream. Sealy, we covered. Lettuce. Now, let me tell you something about lettuce. We all, from America, we all know lettuce as a product called iceberg lettuce. It's just a brand, and it comes in a knot of lettuce about 5-6 inches in diameter, and if you were to tap on it, it's pretty solid, and when you cut it, the leaves are crisp inside the first layer of leaves. It's all crisp. The lettuce that they have here in the Philippines doesn't grow to 5, 6, 7 inches. It grows to about 3.5 inches. And the outside 2 or 3 layers of leaves, by the time it gets from the plant fresh to the store, that stuff is pretty much rabbit food at that point. And the price of lettuce went from 400 pesos per kilo, $8 per kilo, to 500 pesos per kilo, $10 a kilo. So $5 a pound for these little lettuces. You probably need 2 or 3 to make a pound, but you have to discard, to American standards, we would probably discard 20% of the leaves. So basically, you're paying $12 a kilo or $6 a pound for lettuce, and it's not crisp. Don't make any mistake about it. There are places that sell crisp lettuce, but pretty much the stuff in the market is a different factory. What can I say? A different farm. It's not crisp. Remember how crunchy iceberg lettuce used to be? The lettuce here in the Philippines is just not crisp. So it's very expensive, it's not crisp, and 20% of it is waste. Broccoli is now 500 pesos per kilo. And the stalk on the broccoli, and I'm not kidding, the stalk is 2 inches plus. The stalk is about 7 inches long, and the head of the stalk is about 3 inches and by 2 inches. So basically, the stalk of the broccoli and the stalk of the cauliflower is about 20%. The head of the broccoli and the cauliflower is about 20% of the product. Now, me personally, I cut the stalk up into slivers and fry it with garlic and pieces, like chunks. But a lot of people don't like the stalk. So at that point, you're spending about $30 a kilo for the head if you only take the flower of the broccoli or the cauliflower. It could be, if that's all you use, like a Chinese restaurant, they don't usually use the stalks, or they never did prior. You're spending about $30 per kilo for the flower of broccoli. That's a lot of money. Now think about this. If it's purchased here in the Philippines by a Filipino, that's 30 hours of wages for a kilo of broccoli flour. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. They would have to work, theoretically, they'd have to work for several weeks to buy a kilo of broccoli. Now, Daisy ordered, what did you order from Payag last week? What was that? Shrimp what? Gumbo?
Gambas and then chop suey.
Gambas. Shrimp gambas, the chop suey. Well, for always when Daisy's ordered the chop suey and the shrimp gambas, whatever restaurant in whatever island, it always comes with broccoli, yeah?
Yeah.
Did it have broccoli the other day?
No, didn't have.
No broccoli. Because broccoli's too expensive to put into the vegetable. It was a little tray of vegetables. What was the name of the vegetables again, honey?
Chop suey?
Chop suey. Well, I don't eat that. Well, I didn't order it, so I don't remember the name. So in the chop suey, there was no broccoli at all normally comes with broccoli. Because they can't, the restaurants can't afford to put broccoli in their chop suey or their vegetable mixes anymore because it's gone up. It's well, if it's $10 per kilo and 80% of it is stalk, and they only use the flour, you're talking about $30 per kilo for the flour from broccoli. It's too expensive. So that's another product that's pretty much going to get eliminated from restaurant dishes unless they raise the price considerably. I mean, it went up so much. Now, if you remember, in America, we had broccoli where the head of the broccoli would be, let's say, 4.5 inches, and the stalk was about 1.25 inches. And that stalk was very soft. The stalks of the broccoli here in the Philippines is like a rock. You gotta slice it and dice it and cook it in garlic and oil, or you could have it fresh, like fresh carrots and mayonnaise with salt and pepper and lemon or something like that. But it's not that nice small stalk like we have in America that's edible. You could even eat the stalk in America, just slice it up and eat it. The stalk in the Philippines is closer to the density of a carrot than it is to American broccoli stalks. I know this doesn't make a big influence on people's lives in America, but it is making a big influence on the lives of people in the Philippines where they can't afford to buy vegetables anymore. Potatoes are 150 pesos a kilo. That's $3 a kilo, $1.50 a pound in a country where people make $1 an hour. So if you equate that to American wages, 1 pound of potatoes in the Philippines is 1.5 hours wages. If that was the same case in America, one potato would cost $30. That's a big amount of money. That's a big about $30. Imagine paying $30 for one potato. And it's reflected in the prices of French fries. A small order of French fries, and I'm talking about a small order of French fries, is typically about 180 pesos. That's $4 for a small order. It's not a whole potato. It's not even a half a potato. It's about a third or a fourth of a potato. It's $4 for a. Now, I don't eat French fries from the store, but that's not the point. The point is, inflation in the Philippines is nearing 6% a month, and as much as 10% a month. Now, a roll of twine that I use to tie up just that straw, that cheap straw they put around the boxes when you get a big order at the store, that's up 50%, because that's an oil-based product. That's made from the base of that straw it's plastic, and the base is oil. That's up 50% since January. Now, in January, I bought 5 balls of straw, 5,000 feet. So I'm good with my straw. I'm good for another couple of months, maybe 4 months, 3 months. But straw went up 50%. It was 60. Now it's 92 pesos for a same size ball. Now, you can still get 60 peso balls of straw. They're still available. But the straw balls went from about 7 inches in diameter for 60 pesos, which is $1.20. Now, if you want to buy a 60 peso ball of straw, it's about that big. It looks like a cat toy. Not very big at all. The straw balls in the Philippines have been reduced in size 50%. 50% reduced in size. So if you're looking at the price of, if you're going to need polypropylene rope or straw or any kind of rope product that's made out of polypropylene or nylon, It's all up 50%. And I know that because I bought quite a bit of it recently for a project that I'm going to be working on. And I bought 200 feet of a 5 millimeter. I think it's not very big. Do we have some of that here, honey, hanging up? The orange? Do we have any orange over here?
Orange.
The orange straw? There was a piece. I think I threw it outside. The
Come on, the whole roll.
would you give it to me? I can't see it. I'm going to check the comments in a minute. I can't see without my glasses on. Ah, here it is. Okay, so this roll of straw, I don't know. It doesn't say the size, and it's not. It's oh yeah, here it is right here. Okay. It's number 6, 3 millimeter. Number 6, 3 mil. Wow, look, it has a dolphin on it. That's interesting. It's a number 6 straw. It's 3 millimeter. When I bought this 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, I bought this one roll like this. It was 200 pesos or $4. So last Thursday, I had to go into the city for some supplies for a project that Daisy and I are working on. And this product went from 200 pesos to 250 pesos. That's a 25% increase in 1 week. Now, last year, I bought it at 150 pesos per kilo. So then in early March, mid-March, I bought it for 200. That was 30% increase from 150 to 200 is a 30% increase. But now, from March to mid-April, last week, it went up another 25%. So it went up 30% and then 25%. That's 55% increase in 3 months for a ball of twine. And this is 200 meters. We use 200 meters of twine for a project that we're working on. And I pulled the last piece off. I have it on a spool. Daisy and I take this off this, and we spool it up on. I have like an electrician's rack with spools. So my point is, inflation is really getting out of control. Now I'm going to read, Mr. Flywoods. Hey, Flywoods, I hope you're doing well. I haven't been able to. I don't have a computer. My computer is. Yeah, it went out in February, came back in March. It broke in March because it was never fixed. Then it went back out. Then the guy had a heart attack, the owner of the store. I don't know, the store was closed for two plus weeks. Then when he came back, he said he was going to fix it, but he never fixed it. I went to the store to pick it up. He goes, well, we didn't know that you wanted it fixed. I said, well, I told Craig to fix it. Yes, sir. Well, we'll send it out to Manila now. I says, I need it for a couple of days. I need it. I got to order. I have to make a bunch of orders for the hotel. I need to make a bunch of stuff that I can't work from a cell phone. I'm just not cell phone savvy. With the computer, you can have 10 windows open. You can go to Lazada. You can go to Shopee. You can go to Napa. You can go to eBay. With the cell phone, you got to do one of those things at a time. I want to be able to hit tab. So Flywoods, welcome to the machine. Okay, so Charles Bronson said gas is $5.29 in Boston. I saw that on the news last night. So Charles Bronson's numbers are correct. So Charles Bronson, your point is a good, valid point. $5 a gallon plus for gas in Boston. Average person makes $20 an hour. So that's a quarter hour of wages for 1 gallon of gas. Here in the Philippines, it's $6 plus per gallon, and the average person makes $1 per hour, if that. So that's 6 hours of wages for 1 gallon. So basically, we're paying 30 times the price that you're paying based on a weekly wage. Philippines is 30 times more expensive to buy food. Now, eggs here, they're 8 pesos per piece. So that's 96 pesos per dozen. That would be $1.92 a dozen. 8 pesos, 12 would be 96, and 96 is 186. Yeah, that would be about $3.75 a dozen. It's crazy. So 12 times 8 is 96. 96, that's $2 for half a dozen. It's $4 a dozen here. It's a big price difference when people are making $1 per hour. And what I also noticed is the size of the loaves of bread. They got lower, narrower, and shorter for the same price. They're still charging 50 pesos for a loaf of bread, but it's 20% less bread. So rather than raise the price, they made the product smaller. Okay, Mike Whitcomb, eggs here were $1.29, now they're $4. Yeah, that's true. It's true. All right, so yeah, Charles Bronson brings up another good point. Sardines here. Daisy, would you hand me a can of sardines, please, when you get time? Sardines here. These cans that I bought in January, when we had the electrical blackout, so I'd have like staple foods. This can was 13.5 pesos. It was just under 14 pesos. They are 26 pesos per can for this. So it doubled in price since January. It's up 100%. Was 13.5, now it's 26.5, 27 pesos per can. That was last week. This week it'll be different. So this product went up 100%. Sardines went up. They were 14 pesos per can for sardines. They went up to 22. So that's a 40% increase. But this particular product doubled. It comes from a different part of the world, I guess. I don't know where it comes. I didn't read it. But it doubled in price because this is what Daisy likes, so I bought a box of this stuff. So we're good for a couple of months, but by the next time I go there, it might be 35 or 40 pesos per can, up from 13.5 in January. Inflation is just out of control in my opinion. So let's go back. I heard potatoes were cheap in the Midwest still, but in America, a 50-pound bag of Idaho potatoes is over $60. So yeah, Sir Arthur Biggins III, he can't keep paying these prices, Mike. A lot of people can't keep paying them. A lot of people are in the same category. Sir Arthur Big Gums III. Wilted, Charles Brown said wilted because of the heat, maybe. Well, there's 2 or 3 reasons why the lettuce is wilted. Number one, they put a layer of cardboard between each head of lettuce so it doesn't get brutalized, damaged. But that sucks the water out of it, which makes it wilt. Plus the shipping time for lettuce. Lettuce doesn't last very long. It doesn't have a long shelf life. Lisa Gordon, gas is $4.50. That's cheap. I wish I was. Well, I don't need gas, so it doesn't matter for me. Charles Bronson, that mix that I made with the hot peppers would make a nice sauce for the spaghetti. Could add that in there, yeah, as a hot pepper. Yeah, thank you. Could do that.
What silly? You will make?
Yeah, what, and with the spaghetti sauce? You want to make spaghetti? We have spaghetti.
No. I asked, you gonna make a
Who-
sauce?
Me? No, I'm not gonna.
First brown? What?
I don't want. No, that has the chemicals in it. I don't eat anything with chemicals anymore. But if you want to make,
What? I'm not talking to you. I asked if the man is we're gonna
oh,
make
he's
a
saying
sauce.
add the sealy to a spaghetti sauce to make it hot. I don't eat. I don't eat chemicals. There's nothing. We have, I don't know, 20 cans of that tuna fish and sardines up. I don't eat any of it. I don't eat anything with any chemicals at all. Nothing. No spaghetti sauce, prefabricated spaghetti sauce. No. That Carnation instant coffee with the 3-in-1. Haven't had one of those, and had one in January, and it's just chemicals. I gave it to my landlord. I had 12 of them. They came on attached. They came attached to, I think, jars of mayonnaise that I had bought, 2 or 3 packages. No, they attached them to something. Whatever it was, I had about 12 of them. I had one and I gave them to my landlord. I won't eat anything with chemicals in it. I don't drink soda. Haven't had a glass of soda in years. I don't drink their orange juice here or their canned lemonade. I don't drink their iced tea. I don't drink. I have plain coffee, the powder, no chemicals, nothing, zero. If I want to sweeten that up, I put a little bit of brown sugar. It's like a brown sugar, but I don't eat anything at all with chemicals in it. Daisy likes something called some kind of, what's the name of that chocolate that you like for breakfast? The cocoa?
Hello?
Milo. She likes Milo, and I was putting some Milo in my coffee for a while, but I feel funny after I drink it. It's got a chemical in it, and I feel the chemical tingling inside my body. I don't like that. Jason Finch gives us a thumbs up, and thanks, Jason. Let's see. Go. Sardines in Costco is cheap. Well, sardines is one of the biggest schools, one of the biggest, easiest, most plentiful fish in the ocean. And that's why they were always cheap, but they're not cheap anymore. A well laid out plan, says Flywood. Joey, this is definitely part of the global resolution to relieve you of any excess funds. Flywood says 1 gallon of gas equals the average daily wage. But yeah, it does, Flywoods, it does. But it's not like that. You can't take a $6.50 per gallon, or let's say $7 a gallon for diesel fuel, and say that they make $8 a day. Because who can save 100% of their hourly wage or their daily wage? You have other bills to pay. At best, when you're making $8 a day, at best, you can put 50 cents a day away. So if you needed a gallon of gas, you'd have to work for 12 days to save 12 days, 50 pesos, 50 cents a day. You'd have to work for 12 days to buy 1 gallon of gas out of your savings. So people are, when I look outside, I'm looking at the ocean right now. I'll show it to you. You know where I live. Okay, there's the ocean, right? That's the ocean. You don't see any boats moving around out there. And you didn't see any boats moving around out there yesterday. And there weren't any boats moving around out there the day before. And the trucks that typically bring 50 to 80, 90 divers a day at 5 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 in the morning sometimes, there was one truck at 4:30 this morning with 6 people in it. I guess I don't know where they were going diving, but they probably wanted to see something before the sun came up. And one truck about 5:30, and then only 6 to 8 people in the truck. So, to my knowledge, 12 people went diving today from this beach. Used to be 100 people a day, or more, 200 people a day, sometimes 300 people a day. Boats going out at 6, coming back at 12, loading at 1, coming back at 5, and then sunset cruises, 100 to 200 people a day, have now 8 people a day because they simply can't afford to pay the prices anymore for the fuel. The average dive here is $80 for 2 tanks. No, doesn't provide you with any fresh water to take a shower with. Nothing like that. There's a bathroom on there that goes straight into the ocean typically. They don't provide you with a bag of potato chips or an orange or a can of soda per dive. In America, for the same price, $80 for 2 dives for the morning or the afternoon, they give you a can of soda, a bag of potato chips, and an orange each day for your 2 dives. Each dive you get one of those if you want it. Here they don't provide any, and they don't even provide food on the boat. So if you don't bring your own food, there's no fresh water on the boat for you to drink. There's no drinking water. If you want drinking water, you have to bring it. So anyway, drinking water went from 60 pesos to 90 pesos. That's up 50% as well. Okay, so let's go to the last item on the list, and then I'm going to end this live stream. I have to talk to somebody. Shrinkflation. Yeah, all the products are getting smaller. A roll that used to be like that big and 5 pesos is now about 2.5 inches, 2 3/4 inches. They were 4. So they're down 35 or 40% in size. Milo is 40% sugar. 3, I don't need it, but it is just, and it's 350 pesos for a kilo, and sugar is 50 pesos a kilo. So why would you buy Milo? Okay, so that's the end of my my live stream. Thanks for watching. I just wanted to give you guys an update that inflation is nearing 5% plus per month per item. And there's no way anybody's going to argue that point because it's simply not possible. The only thing that hasn't really gone up is eggs. Eggs are 8 pesos per egg, and they were 6.5. So they went up 20%. 6.55 times 6%. But I will tell you that chicken, well, let's go to the cost of meat because that's a staple, yeah? Lean pork was $185 2 years ago. Last year it went up to $285. It was $285 until 2 weeks ago. Now it's $320. So that's 40 pesos increase in one day, a 40 peso increase. And that's 8%. That's an 8% increase. 8% in one day. But last year, it went up 100% from the year before. And that's the truth. All right, so thanks for watching, everybody. The American dollar will be worthless in a year. Well, I always told people when the dollar bill is taken off of out of the market, that would be the end of the world economy. And I've always stuck to that story. You go to my other channel, Hoodwinked by an Angel, and you'll see what I said. Read my community page, what I wrote in the community page. It's what I wrote 10 years ago, 12 years ago now, is happening now. You know what it's called. It's called a lot of things, but inflation, it's not. It's a plan. It's a plan. Make no mistake about it. Thanks for watching. I got somebody that needs to. I need to have a conversation with somebody. Have a nice day. Bye bye for now. I'm Bing Permy from Michael Fazio and
Man.
in the Philippines, baby. Bye bye for now. That's right.